So for the last 3 months, I have been incorporating a weighted vest, and I've been using it mostly for my walks and for some low impact workouts. And I gotta tell you, the results have been kind of amazing. So today I'm gonna be breaking down the science so you really get it of why this one small change can make such a huge payoff, especially for those of us over 40. Hello, gorgeous girl. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Tracy. I'm 50 years old and I'm passionate about all things fitness, lifestyle, wellness, and I've been a certified personal trainer and Pilates instructor for over 25 years. So when something comes along that actually shocks me, I'm like, whoa, I gotta tell my people, my friends, AKA you. So I don't have to tell you that over the age of 40, preserving your muscle mass and protecting your bone density becomes a huge concern. We tend to get busier, we have fuller lives, and we often think that it's our metabolism slowing down, but really, it's usually us that's slowing down. But here's the deal, and these are the real facts. Women can lose up to 5 to 8% of their muscle mass. And I'm talking per decade over the age of 40. That is a major, major cause for concern, right? And if you're a lady like me, who I've been in menopause for over 2.5 years, our bone density also starts to decrease with menopause. I'm talking 2 to 3% per year. So this is not something that we want to take lightly. And another kind of annoying thing that can happen, especially after menopause, is that the belly tends to hold on to fat more. So even if you were a person that previously was super lean and never had to worry about your midsection, that usually changes with menopause. So here's the deal. I am not here to freak you out. I'm not here to make you scared, but I am here to share with you the truth. And there is one thing that you can do that can massively change your experience, keep your muscle tone, keep your bones healthy, make sure you don't get that frustrating belly fat, and just overall feel like the best version of yourself. And my favorite thing about it is that you don't have to overhaul your whole routine. Listen, as women, I feel like we handle a lot. And especially for me at 50 years old now, I feel like every single year it's just like more and more and more added to my plate. So I need to keep my fitness really simple, really effective, and anything that I can do to kind of hack the system, I am in. So the hottest thing in fashion for 2025 is the vest. Not the vest that I'm wearing, but this one, the weighted vest. This thing's heavy, so I'm not gonna hold it through the whole video, but let me tell you, this is gonna completely change the game for you, especially if you're over 40. You know, everyone hears about, you gotta lift heavy, you gotta maintain your muscle, you gotta protect your bones when you're over 40, but what if you're a person like me who really doesn't want to go to a gym? I do most of my workouts at home, and quite frankly, I don't like lifting heavy weights. I don't like how it feels on my back, and I don't like how it feels on my body, and really how it makes me look. But of course, we have to do strength and resistance training. This makes you the resistance, your body weight, and it's kind of incredible what happens. Now, the one that I got, and of course I'll leave my favorite one linked down below in the description box. The brand that I have, it's called Zealous. I get it on Amazon, and mine is 8 pounds, okay? They have them starting at, I think, 4 pounds. I know they have 6 pounds, 8 pounds, 12 pounds. Don't go crazy with this thing. As a pretty fit, strong person, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start at 8 pounds. The other thing is I historically have some back issues, so I didn't wanna put like way too much compression and load on my spine, but more on that in a second. It's completely adjustable. It's super comfortable to wear, and I'm telling you, you wanna take your workout to the next level, this is it. All right, I'm gonna put her down because she's heavy. So let's talk about the specific benefits that using a weighted vest can provide for women, especially those of you like me that are way over 40. Number one, it's gonna burn more calories, and who doesn't love that, right? I love my walks, my daily walks. I don't even think of them for my body, but it's really more for my mental state. You know, I'm very busy, like I'm sure you are. I always have a lot in my mind, and for me, it's just a great way to listen to a comedy podcast, so something funny, so I'm really relaxed, but also to really know that I'm doing something to preserve my muscle mass and to preserve my bone density. But it really gets me in that good mindset. But hello, knowing that just taking that walk, all right? And I usually take about an hour-long walk if I'm not doing another workout that day, and on the days that I have my Pilates reformer class, I'll take anywhere between like a 30 and a 45-minute walk. With the weighted vest, it's real. So the American Council of Exercise has stated that using a weighted vest can burn up to 8 to 12% more calories when used for walking. 8 to 12%, like sign me up. So you're getting more benefits without adding extra time, which we love. I was walking anyway, so why don't I want to get the most bang for my buck and really increase my performance and improve my performance just by putting on a weighted vest? It takes like seconds. Now, I've talked about this a little bit already, but using the weighted vest can also support your bone health and bone density because it helps to stimulate osteoblast activity. So let's talk about what osteoblast activity is. Osteoblasts are cells in your body that help you to actually produce new bone. And this is especially important for menopausal or even perimenopausal mamas like me. I kind of like to think of them as like your body's own construction crew. They're constantly working to create new, healthy, more dense bone tissue, which we want. So as we get older, and especially if you are menopausal, what happens is our osteoblast activity actually starts to slow down, pretty much like every other system in our body, right? And why that matters is that we're actually outpacing the decline in our bone building activity. And we definitely don't want that, especially as we get older. So when our bone density starts to slow down, that can lead to problems like osteopenia and even osteoporosis, which, especially as we age more, that can lead to major problems and lots of injuries, breaks, fractures, and things that none of us have time for. So here's where the weighted vest comes in. When you wear a weighted vest, especially while you're walking or doing low impact movement, it gently increases the load on your bones. So that little extra bit of load, it signals to your body, hey, we need stronger bones. And that's such a great thing. It stimulates that osteoblast activity, leading to stronger, healthier bones. And it encourages your body to build more bone tissue, especially in your hips and your spine, which are one of the main culprits for women having fractures or breakages from falls, especially as we get older. So just by doing something as simple as wearing the weighted vest, you are stimulating that osteoblast activity. And it's like giving your body the message, hey, we got to build new bone. We have to stimulate that bone density. We need to stay healthier and be stronger longer, which we love. Now, as I mentioned earlier, in the past, historically, I have definitely had some back issues. So I was a little bit hesitant to add the weighted vest into my routine. But the key with this is, number one, getting the right resistance for you. Like I said, if you're questioning it at all and you're not super fit right now, maybe start with a lighter vest. But the other thing is making sure that you're using it for something like walking or low impact activity. There's no way that I personally, with my history of back issues, I've even had a slip disc before, I'm not gonna be doing this like while jumping around. It's just not gonna feel good for my body. So low impact activity is key. Now, as I mentioned, using the weighted vest, it's gonna help to preserve your muscle mass. And what none of us want to experience is sarcopenia, which basically is declining muscle mass. I definitely experienced this. I remember when I was about 42, I was like, oh, what is going on? Like I just felt sort of squishy around the edges. But I definitely feel when I'm consistent with my weighted vest and I'm really getting in my steps and adding that extra resistance, like I'll be like, whoa, I feel stronger. My arms feel more defined. I just feel so much better. And I'm gonna tell you like really specifically what I've experienced in just a second. And wearing the weighted vest can also improve your posture, which is key, especially as we age. You know, we want to make sure that we are working with alignment. And not only that, it can also help to increase your core strength. Core is everything. You know, the first thing that I was ever certified in as a trainer was Pilates. And one thing I always tell my students and my members in Total Body Transformation, my fitness membership, is your core is the center of every movement that you are doing. It all starts in your core. You want better balance? Build a stronger core. You want more efficiency in your workouts? Build a stronger core. You want to even improve your running or your distance training? Get a stronger core. It's really the key to everything. And just by using that weighted vest, you can increase your core strength and get better posture, which is amazing. And one thing I know that you're gonna love is having that boosted metabolism. When you have more muscle, you are just by nature going to have a more efficient metabolism, which is so important, especially if you're in menopause or if you're in perimenopause, when we start being like, what's happening to my body? And we start gaining weird weight, and especially in that midsection, we don't want that. So it's really, really key. So every little bit of resistance that you add to your workouts is going to increase your caloric burn. It's going to increase your muscle tone. And just by having that, that just means that your body's going to be functioning more optimally before, during, and after your workout. Like, you're kind of like a fat burning machine when you've got things working properly, which is amazing. Okay, so here's some of the things that I specifically have noticed myself when I've started really incorporating the weighted vest. Number one, my walks were so much more challenging, which I love. You know, I am a fit person, obviously. I'm a trainer. I love moving my body. It makes me feel good, not just in my body, but also in my brain. It makes my moods better, all the things. But you know, like anything, even just something that you're doing for pleasure, I was like, I want to just up the ante here. And just by using the weighted vest, I will notice, like, if I'm doing a walk and talk with a friend, I am so winded. I'll be like, whew, like, oh man, like this is harder. I notice, as I said before, like I feel like my muscles feel firmer, they feel stronger, and we love that. I've noticed that my posture has improved, that I don't have to really think about it. And unfortunately right now I'm in a period where I do have to sit a lot for work, and I feel like I'm in chairs a little bit more than I really would like to. But that being said, when I'm incorporating the weighted vest and over these last few months, I've noticed that I'm sitting taller. I don't feel like my chest is closing. I was feeling before like a little bit of tightness in the front of my chest. But the vest kind of helps you to open up those collarbones and keep those shoulders down your back, which keeps you in that beautiful aligned position, which is going to make you look taller, look leaner, and of course, help you with longevity. Now, like I said, I don't go crazy with the weighted vest. You know, I like using it for my walks and for some of my low impact workouts. In fact, even inside of Total Body Transformation, we have a workout called Vest Dressed Workout. And it was me encouraging the ladies to all use a weighted vest if they have one, or to invest in one. It's really not expensive. And the payoff is huge, that just by doing the same exercises, adding that extra 8 pounds of resistance, it takes that workout up to a whole other level, which I love. And one other thing that I want to say, this is not a situation where more is better. You know, like I said before, mine is 8 pounds. You know, if you haven't been using resistance or strength training, maybe you do want to start with a little bit of a lighter one first, right? If you're super, super fit and you already do a lot of strength training, maybe you do a 10 or a 12 pound, but you don't want to go crazy here, because you don't want to put unnecessary stress and pressure on your spine, on your joints, or just kind of overdoing it. You know, we're in this for the long game. And especially as a 50-year-old woman, right? My goal is not anymore like being a certain size, or, you know, the things that really mattered to me in my 20s. Like, look, looking good is important to me, obviously, but I really am more concerned now with my health, with my longevity, with keeping my flexibility, being able to run after my very young child, right? Those are the things that really matter to me. So don't try to be a hero. Don't get crazy with it, but start light, because that's going to keep you injury-free and you're going to get all those benefits from the weighted vest. So like I said, I got mine on Amazon. I absolutely love it. And here's a really hot tip for you. I keep mine downstairs, where I keep my little visor, where I keep like my sunscreen, so that it just makes it easy. I don't have to like go up the stairs and get it, you know, every time I want to go out for a walk. I keep the things that I need for my walk downstairs. Like, we have a big pantry, which, you know, I'm a former New Yorker. We don't need a huge pantry, so I have a little section there that's sort of like the walking section. It has my visor, it has the weighted vest, has my sunscreen, like I'm good to go. And it just makes it so simple. So again, start with a resistance that feels good for you, okay? You want to also make sure the fit feels really good. Now, I'm gonna tell you something super embarrassing. The first time that I tried it, I actually put it on upside down. I didn't realize it. So one thing to note is that when you are using it, you want the little stripes, if you get the same one that I have, to be on the top. Like, that's like kind of like a duh thing, right? But I didn't realize it. And the first time that I used it, I took a nice long walk and I was like, I don't know, I just felt sort of like my posture was off. No, it is gonna feel different, because think about it. You've just added 8 pounds of resistance to your body. So every step that you're taking, it's gonna feel that much more challenging. The other thing that I wanna point out, and this might be a little TMI, but you know, we're girls here, we're friends. I noticed that I sweat so much more when I use my weighted vest. Now, I am historically not much of a sweater. It's not something I like, actually. That's why I use like my red light blanket and my infrared, home sauna. Like I really, really need that because I don't sweat, and sweating is a good thing. It means you're detoxifying your body. It's your body's own natural way of cooling down, but sweating is really important. And so even on like a really challenging workout, I tend to not sweat so much. The other day I took a walk, it started to get hot in Miami, and I came home, and I don't have a chest, right? Covered in sweat through here, like where my vest was, and I was like, whoa. So to me, that's like a really, really good thing. So I noticed that my muscle tone has increased. I have noticed that I feel stronger. My posture has improved. I have leaned out a little bit. Like I don't know, a couple months ago, I was like, ooh, I'm feeling a little bit squishy. And I thought, oh, maybe I need to tweak my HRT. But I haven't, and it's really just adding a little bit more resistance. So that's been my experience with my friend, my weighted vest. I highly encourage you to check it out. Like I said, my favorite one will be linked down below in the description box for you. And I've got something else for you. If you want to take your fitness to the next level, I have a special opportunity only for my YouTube community for you to start Total Body Transformation. That's my fitness membership. And it's really designed for women that are over 40, that are super busy, that want a fitness program that fits seamlessly, effortlessly into their life. So definitely you want to check that out. It'll be linked down in the description box, and we have a special offer just for my YouTube family. So that's what I've got for you today. Literally, guys, I love this thing. I think it's amazing. And like, I'm getting a workout just holding this thing right now. So check it out. I think that you will love it. And when you do, make sure to leave me a comment. I love interacting with all of you into the comments. If you want to support my channel, the best way to do so, and it's completely free, is just tap on that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you. And if you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, check out this video next.